Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Scrap Battle Rifle mod, which is being made by user Pigness. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a brand new clip-fed semi-automatic scrap rifle. And I really do like this thing, as frankly I feel like scrap weapons were always kind of underutilized in this game. I mean, sure, we've got them, but they're all kind of crap, and having some more effective ones is pretty nice and intriguing to have, and I quite like this one. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Scrap Battle Rifle, which in its most basic and standard form will do 26 damage using a 5.56 round with a firing rate of 40, range of 119, accuracy of 73, and a weight of 8. Not too bad there, and as you can see, it is a pretty good looking gun, more or less from this angle, almost identical to the already in-game hunting rifle. But why I really love this thing and why it is scrap is because they've basically taken a hunting rifle and added onto it a gas recoil system to actually feed bullets in. Which I love. So they've taken basically an in-game existing weapon and turned it from a bolt action into a semi-automatic in a very scrap raidery, sort of fashion. And I like that. This is the sort of thing, at least in my mind, you'd probably start seeing in the world. You've got all these old world guns lying around, but they might not be quite what you're looking for. So instead, you make them what you need. And that feels like a more reasonable way to go about things for a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And so yeah, I very much do like this style of weapon. A bolt-action turned semi-automatic by, putting some scrap on the darn thing. And as for modifications, you've got a pretty decent little list, not anything too crazy, but enough to make this weapon far more useful into the mid to maybe early late game with some of the things. Nothing, like I said, too crazy in there, but you'll be able to make it a more powerful weapon, switch out ammo types to make it even more powerful, etc. So all in all, a pretty good usable gun that you'll get fairly early on in the game and use for, I'd say, a while. Now, as for exactly when you are going to get this thing and how to get it, well, first and foremost, you are going to need a DLC requirement. This mod does require you to have Far Harbor installed, but with that and the mod, you'll start seeing this popping into the world in the leveled loot list at level 8, and you'll find it on Raiders and Minutemen, which certainly seems appropriate in my mind. And with it in hand, you'll be able to make some nice looking guns here. So let me head on over to the weapon workbench and have a gander at the different mods we do have available. Now, in the first category here with receivers, it's your pretty typical sort of thing, going from standard to light to calibrated all the way on up to the advanced receiver, which is going to give you the biggest boost in damage with that, which isn't too shabby. And then in the barrel category, again, some pretty typical things. We got standard, long, and then ported and light versions of said barrel. I think I like the light barrel the most, aesthetically speaking, but all very good, helping with your range and accuracy. Then in the stock category, we've got a short stock recoil compensating, full recoil compensating stock, a different, just, more full-ish one, a gunslinger stock, which I quite like because it's got, bullets on the back of the stock there, and then a marksman stock that also gives you a nice little bipod up front. Then in the clip category, this is where not only can you, mess around with your reloading, but also change the ammo type. So with the standard 5.56, you've got the standard clip and a quick eject clip for faster reloading, but we can also change this thing up to a 308 with a quick clip for that too to up the damage, but you can also go 45-70 shotgun or even 50 caliber, which this one's the weirdest because it's one shot. And the funny part is, I'll show it to you later with the animations, because I did make one of these as my modified versions. It's still using the clip that you're inserting into the gun like an M1 Garand, like all the rest of these. And instead of multiple bullets in the clip, it's just one gigantic bullet. And it's kind of funny, but also kind of useless. It basically turns this gun into bolt action again, effectively. So personally, I would stick with like the 4570s or the shotgun, because that's just amusing, having a shotgun battle rifle. But yeah, the 50 cal one's a little bit strange. And after that, we do have the sights category, where we've got a pretty good list of things in here, from of course our standard iron sights to reflex and hollow, combat sights, short scopes, even a night vision scope in here. So you got a lot of good options. And in terms of these, the improved sights are much better. Normally when we have different iron sights, I tend to not care for either or any of them, because, you know, scopes are much better. But the standard sight and the improved sight are just miles apart from one another. This one's actually pretty useful. This one, not so much. We'll take a look at them both here in a moment. We'll start, of course, with the standard sights, though. And then finally, we have the muzzle category, where we've got, of course, nothing, a compensator, muzzle brake, or suppressor, if you're wanting to be a bit sneaky. And that is it for all of that. And like I said, not a huge list, but enough to, you know, make this thing a more powerful and interesting gun. And actually, let me just grab one of these, and I'll go ahead and change it to the alternate iron sights, so you can see those, because yeah, the improved one is much better. But there we are, there we are. Let us go to the range here then and take some shots. Oop, that's the improved one. So let's go to just the short scrap battle rifle and take a look at this thing in use. And there we go. We've got that wonderful M1 Garand ding whenever you do go through all of your rounds. And yeah, I like that. It's a hunting rifle turned semi-automatic M1 Garand wannabe. And I very much do appreciate that. And the animation, of course, for popping in the mag is all good. That ka-ching sound is always entertaining and works well. But as you can see with the sights, they're not the greatest. It's basically just like a little indentation in the thing that we have there that we line up and fire. Whereas if I do go over to the improved sighted one, it's actually a proper little sight there. You know, you've got the circular bit of metal in the back and then a nail up front for actually doing the aiming. It is a much, much improved sighting system than the standard there. So yeah, like I said earlier, normally I don't care for alternate iron sights because they tend, in my opinion, to mostly all suck compared to scopes. But this one is actually pretty darn useful. I enjoy it. Now, as for our other weapons, we'll go to the suppressed 50 cal one that I made first, of course, with the highest damage that I can get with this, of course, without any additional perks. And, yeah, show off the weirdness of this thing. And fire. We still get the ching, and then, of course, we reload an entire clip into the gun with just one big old bullet. It's very, very strange, but kind of I feel appropriate for for a Fallout weapon like that. Very nice. And then of course we have the shotgun version here, which you know, isn't that far off from the damage, 71 rather than 76, but of course we're using shotgun shells now, and this one at least does have 4 rounds for you to shoot. And there you go. You've got your 4-round scrap battle rifle that is shooting shotgun shells. And that is amusing. And I do like seeing, again, inserting the clip into the gun with shotgun shells in there. It's just so weird, and I love it. So let us take a look at this thing against an enemy, and even though it's probably not going to be the greatest taking down one of these, with the weapons at hand, we will grab a Deathclaw as per usual, and yeah, barely did any damage to him. Let's get out the 50 cal. Hopefully that'll be a bit better. Granted, with my shooting, entire miss. Entire miss. Hello, Deathclaw. No, missed him there. Missed him there. Oh, I got him, but oh, good, he's coming for me. That's not great. And boom! That was a pretty decent shot on there, but it'd still be great if I could get some even better ones, but I am not the greatest shot. Alright, he actually stayed still there for a little while, which is good. And what the heck, let's get the just normal one out, even though that's, oh boy. I mean, we'll at least be able to put a lot of rounds down range comparatively, but not a whole lot of damage on that one. Not a whole lot of damage. Get you out there. Alright, even with the better sight, I'm still an awful shot. Oh god, run away, run away, run away. And take that, Deathclaw, we've almost got him. Yeah, if with just going with the 308 or the 4570s, I definitely would say would be the preferable for if you're wanting to go with long-range shooting with this battle rifle. That 50 cal one, just with the single shot, is, ooh boy. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, run away. Well, might as well pull back out that 50 cal since he is just about dead. There we are. Reload there, and oh god, I thought he was going to keep moving. Oh, how dare you, Deathclaw. I'm already a bad shot, and then you decide not to run in the area I was hoping you would. Got it. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, Deathclaw probably wasn't the best of plans for me to try and kill with this one. Probably should have just grabbed some gunners or something. Okay, one more shot hopefully should do it if I can hit him. I didn't. Oh, that still wasn't the final shot needed. No, just about had him. Okay, Deathclaw, could you come back, please? There we go, finally. So, definitely a gun which I would say is very good early game and can be used into the mid, maybe a little bit into the late game with some of the other ammos, especially that 308 or 4570. My one weird thing I've got about it is just the single shot 50 cal. But other than that, it's a very fun gun. I really love the idea of a half normal, half scrap weapon that we seem to have here, and the just adding of a gas blowback system to it to make it semi-auto is just entertaining to me. So if you'd like to have a look at this weapon for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you give a try, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and you do come back for whatever mod we do look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching as always. We'll have a good one.